you can go ahead and begin.
How often have you told yourself something along the lines of, I'm going to start dieting this year? Well, I believe a diet, in terms of restricting a set group of foods for a set period of time, is wrong, since it only creates unhealthy habits. These habits accumulate from the restriction of food. We force ourselves to avoid unhealthy options, when we can simply just use moderation to change our habits. Many people attempt dieting each year, and many people fail to change their life because of it. A diet is dangerous because it lies to one about success and only encourages relapse. A diet restricts a lot of set food groups, like you can see in your handout. There's there's carbohydrates normally at the bottom. And from the dietitian, what Jennifer Rowland says is, when you are dieting, you actually become more likely to notice food. You don't just notice it, it actually becomes more appetizing and tempting. So, like for example, when you were a kid and your parents told you not to do something, it kind of made you want to do it more. And as you see, and referring to the handout again, when you restrict carbohydrates, it's really important. And I mean, carbohydrates are a lot of food, not all foods, but a lot of foods. To truly eat healthy, you first should understand the importance of moderation. So the difference between moderation and dieting is for a small period of time, and moderation is a change in your entire life. Now, dieting affects your behavior, and it affects your view of food, while moderation changes how you see and view the things you're putting in your body. And so, for example, when you're dieting, you look at, like, let's say, for example, pizza, and you're like, I can't have that, and I can't do it. But when you're using moderation, you can say to yourself that I can have it, but I don't need it. And as the personal trainer, Jeff Cavalier, says, a diet is just a temporary solution. And moderation is better than a temporary solution. And so moderation is an important aspect when first changing your eating habit. But why do people start dieting in the first place? 95% of people, according to U.S. Health and News, will diet because they're unhappy with their lifestyle. And as the dietitian Mary Gavin says, some people start dieting not only because of their weight, but because they think all problems in life are because of it. So people will diet to control different problems in their life, like depression or anxiety. And a good example of this is people when they start stress eating. And they'll go into stress eating where they'll sit there and say they had a bad day at work, they'll just eat a bag of chips or a whole pizza because they're unhappy and it's something they can find comfort in. A diet is bad. It is a bad excuse for ignoring the problem. It's hard to make a change, but once you do, it can affect your life forever. A diet can be unhealthy since it is restricting your food choice, which indirectly restricts your health. To fix our unhealthy habits, the solution is moderation. The solution is changing your life. You shouldn't ignore the problem for a set period of time. You should use moderation to control it for the rest of your life. Too many people suffer from the lies some diets propose, and too many people relapse into an unhealthy lifestyle because of it. A diet is wrong because it only creates a facade of health, when in reality it is prolonging an unhealthy lifestyle. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Give him a round of applause. Thank you. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and open the floor. Gideon, if I could go ahead and have you call on people if they have any questions at this time, whenever you're ready.
Okay, Micah.
What would you recommend for someone who's trying to lose like a lot of weight, like besides trying to like moderation, but like?
So first you should see what you're putting into your body. So like if you kind of take a diary of things you're doing, people call it like a log of what you're eating, or something along those lines. And you can see which ones are more healthy, or more the healthy options, which ones are less healthy. And so you can use that to kind of adjust it and take away those unhealthy options. Chloe.
What are some solutions then when like people are trying to eat moderately, but like if they're having problems like addicted to sugar and that kind of thing, or do you have like alternate solutions then to help get off of that?
Okay, again referring to the handout, you can see that sugar it's not saying you can't have it at all, it's saying that you should just have less of it. So let's say you are addicted to sugar, you love ice cream or something, right? But you can just eat a lot less ice cream, you're still eating it, so you're still kind of maintaining it, but you're not eating it and you're not indulging in it. Right.
Let's suppose I'm really fat, man.
You
and I want to lose weight, but I kind of know that I'm gonna fail it. Would you prefer me to diet or not?
Well, if you first have to have the mind, it's not just about the food you put in your body, it's about the mindset you have when you are dieting. Because if you have the mindset that you're going to fail, then ultimately you will fail because you don't have faith in yourself. Okay. Autumn.
Are there any specific diets that you've heard of or that you think are okay for the moderation?
Well, I don't like the term diet because again, it's referring to just for a temporary time, because it means that eventually you'll get off of it and you'll be able to relapse into that unhealthy lifestyle. However, there are some diets where it's like, just cut out sugar entirely. I mean, if you have the willpower to do that for the rest of your life, then that's great, but I don't think a lot of them are effective.
Do you think it would be easier for people to first start a diet and then apply that to their lifestyle and then moderate? Or do you believe that they should just start moderating immediately?
I think it'd be easier to slowly get into the habit of moderation and then try diets later on. Because when you're dieting, again, you're cutting it off completely.
Anyone else? All right, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much for being.